Today is Tuesday, November 18th. 18th, yeah. 9/18/18. A cool number for all you math geeks. Yesterday afternoon, I had my my eyeball exam again with my cataract doctor, my 1 month post-op, and everything looked good. At this point, it's I have to get an eye exam for a new pair of glasses and with a new prescription. And I have to see the retina guy one more time in the end of October. I have to go back to Manchester and see him. So that should clear it all up, other than, again, the payments. And man, I made an appointment to get an eye exam yesterday. My God, I think the last one I had was, granted, way too long ago, 8 years, I believe it was. And I thought it was only like, I don't know, $150 or something like that. Now it's between $300 and $400. And they don't make payment plans. So, man, take care of your eyes, people. Let's go over here, because I got some serious stuff to talk about today. Yesterday, after I got back from the eye doctor, I was, giving a glance at what's been going on during the day on Facebook, which I do. I look to see if any of my pictures have got likes and things like that. I belong to a number of different groups on Facebook that I check in on once in a while. There was a disturbing message on one of my veterans groups pages, and it was from a gentleman who I believe through the thread found out was from the Pittsburgh area, and the post was something that basically alluded to the fact that this gentleman might do something to harm himself. It was one of those reach out messages. Granted, over the course of an hour, less than an hour probably, there were over 200 comments with phone numbers, with pleas to talk to somebody, vent on the group page. A lot of these veterans groups, they're like that. Brothers. There are, for military guys, there are a lot of issues that people that have never been in the military ever suffer. There's separation issues. There are, in these modern times, there are things that you see and things that you encounter in the military that civilian people will never, ever, ever be able to understand, or in their wildest imagination, they could not imagine what a veteran's life is like while he's in or after he gets out. So there hasn't been any word yet on the group page, and I checked, as soon as I got up this morning. My point here is that there are these groups. And, this is one of the wonderful tools that Facebook is because of these groups, there is a support system. There are guys you can talk to, guys and girls that you can talk to, that have been through the same things that you've been through. You know? Nothing is worth ending your own life over. So let me, I grabbed this from the Art of Being Human show, because Pat Rainey has started to show this this slide on her Art of Being Human show every week. It's the Veterans Crisis and Suicide Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. She also included the Domestic Violence Hotline for New Hampshire. It's 1-866-664-3574. Again, the Veterans Crisis or Suicide Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. And listen, if you start getting those thoughts, and everybody does, everybody has those times in their lives when it goes through their mind, is it really worth going on? I have. Talk to somebody. And if you belong to one of these groups, don't just make an errant post like that and then sign off. I'm telling you, there are people out there who care. People who don't even know you that care about you. You know, again, waiting for news that this gentleman's all right, and that somebody, I mean, some of the comments were like, you know, where are you? And in the group, you know, through Facebook, you can see people's hometowns and stuff and where they live. And, you know, there were comments like, it was found out this guy was in the Pittsburgh area. Comments like, hey, I'm a few hours out. Let's meet up. You know, let's talk. I'll come to you. People are amazing like that. And, you know, I thank God that I found some of these veterans groups, because it is hard to talk, you know, to relate your experiences to somebody who has never been there. You know, fellow sailors. I mean, we're all alike. So, and the military in general. Anyway, that was it was a tough thing, you know, and from the time I saw that, you know, for the rest of the evening, it was, you know, Facebook every hour or something to, you know, to get an update, to find out whether this shipmate was all right or not. Anyway, if you have a problem, talk to somebody, reach out. And again, don't just post an errant comment and go away. Post a comment. There will be guys there that will respond and that will talk to you. Yeah. I believe one of the Facebook groups has actually has a document in it, and it lists hundreds of guys and their phone numbers, just in case you need to reach out. That's all I'm saying. Okay, before I go off on a rant, let's jump to another video, because this is while it's not a religious song, it has some spiritual implications. This is Hello Creek and their song "Walkin'."
put my belief or hide the way I feel. The one thing about me is baby I'm for real. And I'll keep on walking. No matter what may get into my way. Yes, I'll keep on walking. It's who I am, and baby, how I'm made. There have been times in my life I thought about the end, but I still wake up every day and face it all again. Sometimes I get so damn confused as to what is going on. If this world thinks that it's right, I guess I'm the one who's wrong. You can think that I'm wrong, but baby, I'll keep on walking. No matter what may get into my way. Yes, I'll keep on walking till Jesus has his final judgment day.
And once again, the Veterans Crisis and Suicide Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. Veterans Crisis and Suicide Hotline. I'll say it again, 1-800-273-8255. Also the Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-866-664-3574. And yeah, I just felt like I had to start with that today. Now maybe a little bit of a rant, maybe a little bit of we talked last week maybe about how the news is not always newsworthy, and the fact that like news should not be a for-profit business. Again, news is meant to inform us. All news tends to do these days is confuse us. And that's right. I'm talking about the Weather Channel of all people. Now, hey, I've been doing TV for better than 10 years now. And I know drama is what draws people in. So maybe a lot of you don't know what I'm talking about, but a lot of you do. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen the video of that Weather Channel reporter who apparently went through the William Shatner School of Acting out there, whoa, it's terrible out here and it's horrible and the wind is blowing and you don't want to be out here. And then two guys in shorts, just stroll along behind him like, it's a regular Sunday afternoon. Over exaggerated. I also saw the thing with Anderson Cooper, where, let me tell you, when these people are scouting locations for their background, you have to remember, what you see behind me is only 4 feet wide. Or maybe 6, well, I'd say probably 4 feet wide is what your view is. From the end of that monitor there to the end of that monitor there is about 4 feet. That's what you see. So, I mean, I could be sitting in a friggin' unfinished basement for all you know. Anderson Cooper, I saw a thing where they found the perfect spot. They found a place with some flooding in the background, and even better yet, there was a swale. And because apparently that's where the water came up from and then, spread out that way. So we'll set the camera here. Anderson Cooper put the hip waders on and got down in the swale. That's why he looked like he was chest deep in water. He wasn't chest deep in water other than the fact he was standing in a hole. Oh yes, the flooding is terrible around here, especially if you stand in the holes. We're getting rain in Keene today. Flash flood warning, the phone lit up this morning. Weet, weet, weet. Hey, we got flash flood warning, it's still noon. Because we might get 3 inches of rain. 3 inches of rain up here is enough. I mean, we get the low-lying areas. Again, these people in North Carolina, don't build your house next to a damn river. Because after hundreds of years and hundreds of floods, we should know what happens. People in Oklahoma, the same thing. Geez, think I'll slap my trailer right here in the middle of this field because only 6 hurricanes have gone through in the past 3 years. No, it's... Think about these things. And then again, remember, we control nothing. Mother Earth controls everything. The weather controls everything. This earth controls us. If you just put all them people in North Carolina out of work. But I read a book by Sebastian Junger a while ago called Tribe. And one of the interesting things is that after any type of natural disaster like this, depression levels go down, happiness levels go up, crime rates go down, believe it or not, crime rates go down, hate crimes go down, because everybody is equal in the eyes of a disaster. And people pitch in and they help other people. That's the beauty of what we've got here in America. It's not our friggin' fat, overbloated, overspending government. It's the people, the neighbors that are coming together to help other neighbors. That's what America is. It's all about the human spirit. So, I remember back when I was a young man bouncing from job to job, a lot of guys, a lot of the construction guys up here in New Hampshire, and I'm trying to remember some of the storms. Andrew maybe was one of them that went through Florida. That the construction guys up here who didn't have much work, heck, load all the tools in the trucks and head to Florida because there's rebuilding to do. Yeah. So, but again, why put yourself in that spot in the first place? If you buy a big mansion that sits right on the beach, especially in hurricane-prone areas, then expect at some point you're going to lose everything. Same thing with being on a river. We went through it 2005, I believe, with the Elstead floods. You know, people who have lived next to that little Ashwillet River, you know, for all those years, we got what, 7, 8 inches of rain. I don't think we got much more than 8 inches of rain during that storm. Houses gone, landscape changed. Again, the power of the earth to give us humans a little humility. Yeah. Yeah. Just when we think we're running things, guess what? We're not. I don't know. Let's see what else has been going on. Unfortunately, I mentioned it last week that the B-17 had canceled. Sad news. What else is going on? I believe the ribbon cutting for the 1432 runway is going to be in the springtime. And I've been talking with Jack Wozmak, the airport director, and he's been kind of pushing me towards what can we do? What can we do? So we're going to check into some fairly cool things, and I'll get more information to you folks as that comes available. I don't want to, just speak out of turn. What else is going on? The whole cable thing, still switching over. Coming up October 2nd, so get in touch with Spectrum Cable. Go down to 11 Eagle Court. Apparently my mom went down yesterday to try and get a couple of the boxes that we need. And she said there were 20 to 25 people in line. And she's tried calling and nobody answers the phone at Spectrum. If you work at Spectrum and you're hearing me, get your crap together, people. You're confusing a lot of folks. A lot of older folks. Remember, some of these people grew up with actual dials. All I'm saying, just remember that. All right. What else? I can't think of any other rants because, again, the only news it's been on is the flooding and the hurricane down there, and now we've got the hurricane up here. Not much of a hurricane, but it's raining pretty good, or it was this morning. So Massachusetts, I think, is supposed to get a huge swath later this afternoon of a heavy, like the red on the weather map that's supposed to slowly go down. Other than that, I think the rest of the week's supposed to be nice. It was quiet weekend, but anyway, I'm getting down on time. Let's go back over here, grab my timer, and get the credits set up. Yeah, see, this is quite, it's a lot of work to make a TV show. It looks like it's already. So, again, top story today was, if you're feeling like it's time for it all to end, talk to somebody, reach out, join groups. If you're a veteran, find a veterans group on Facebook. They're amazing. Some great people in those groups. And reach out, talk to somebody, heck, call me, I'll talk you down. Because I've been there. I know what it's like. Life is hard, and I think we'll find that as this next generation pulls itself into the real world, I have a horrible feeling that we're going to see the number of suicides increase, because the younger generation is not being brought up to handle adversity. I don't know. So, until next week, I'm Rick Blood. This is Unfiltered. Peace.